about today. We're diving into the life of a president who might be one of the most underrated figures in American history, Zachary Taylor. You might know him as the 12th president, but did you know his nickname was Old Rough and Ready? Stick around because his story is way more fascinating than you might think. Before he ever set foot in the White House, Taylor was a military legend. We're talking about a career that spanned over 40 years, serving in major conflicts like the War of 1812, the Black Hawk War, and most famously, the Mexican-American War. His leadership and down-to-earth style earned him immense respect from his soldiers. He wasn't some fancy general in a pristine uniform. He often wore civilian clothes and a straw hat, looking more like a farmer than a commander. This rough and ready persona made him a national hero. Here's a crazy fact. Zachary Taylor had never even voted in a presidential election before he ran for president himself. His entire adult life was spent on military frontiers, far from the political scene in Washington, D.C. So when the Whig Party nominated him in 1848, he was a true political outsider. People were tired of career politicians, and they saw Taylor as a man of action and integrity. He ran without a clear platform on many issues, relying instead on his reputation as a war hero. And guess what? It worked. Once in office, Taylor faced one of the biggest crises of the 19th century, the debate over expanding slavery into the new territories acquired from Mexico. Now, you might assume that because Taylor was a slave owner from Louisiana, he would support the expansion of slavery. But you'd be wrong. Taylor was a staunch Unionist. He believed that preserving the United States was more important than anything else. He was furious at the Southern leaders who threatened to secede, and was prepared to use military force to keep the country together. He even pushed for California and New Mexico to be admitted as free states, which absolutely enraged his fellow Southerners. Tragically, we never got to see how his firm stance would have played out. On a hot 4th of July in 1850, after attending a long ceremony at the Washington Monument, Taylor returned to the White House and reportedly consumed a large amount of raw fruit and iced milk. He quickly fell ill with a severe stomach ailment and died just 5 days later, having served only 16 months in office. His sudden death remains one of history's great what-ifs. Some historians believe that if he had lived, his strong leadership might have averted or at least postponed the Civil War. His death paved the way for the Compromise of 1850, which kicked the can down the road for another decade. So there you have it, the story of Old Rough and Ready Zachary Taylor, a career soldier who became an accidental president and stood firm for the Union. In a time of deep division, he was a complex figure whose short time in the White House had a massive impact on the course of American history. What do you think would have happened if he had lived? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.